Hi, Scorpio. I'm Pam, the Lucky Mermaid, psychic, seer, and modern mystic, bringing you psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides for August 2024. Please be sure to watch your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign to get a more clear and complete picture of what's to come for you in August and perhaps beyond, because timing will be different for all of you in these general readings. Remember, sometimes your rising sign and your moon sign will resonate more for you than your sun sign. And if you are born on the cusp of your sign, sometimes your psychic predictions and messages are coming from your cusp sign, so you might want to check that out. This recording is for Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Rising, and Scorpio Moon. I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot deck in this reading. All that being said, Scorpio, now onto your August 2024 Psychic Tarot reading. The first card you have, Scorpio, is the Eight of Rods, and this is news coming to you swiftly. It could be swift and sudden change. It could be long distance travel. It could be the arrows of love. I feel like it can also mean change. I feel like there's things happening very fast for you in August. You may receive notification that somebody's coming to visit. Now, if this is not a friend of yours or a relative, it could also happen at work where you get notification like, hey, the head of headquarters is coming to visit, or, you know, somebody that used to work with you is coming to visit. So it could be at your home, it could be happening at work or at your business. I feel like there's things you have to read. You may find that you have to read like instructions for something that could be financially related. It could be directions on how to use some kind of new app. It could be directions on how to submit payments or set up something that's like reoccurring, could be reoccurring payments. Some of you are going to put out something new in your garden that's going to bloom very fast. And you're going to reap the benefits and rewards of whatever this is that you've planted in September. Some of you are going to buy a new computer and it has new features, and maybe that's some of the directions you have to read. You could, and it could be lightning fast speed. You could be maybe even upgrading your internet connection. You may have something that can bypass a lot of security codes and data and get you into something. Think about that. That sounds a little sketchy, but I don't know. That came up here. Some of you, a new romance could develop really quickly. So if you've met somebody recently in the past month or two, or you could meet them in the month of August, a romance could develop quickly here. So this could even be the arrows of love. And this could bring about a lot of communications, a lot of text messaging and emailing and phone calls and exchange of those things back and forth between you and that person. And something you were waiting for could come through really fast and maybe even a little unexpectedly. And it could have some connection to a check or money or a payout of some sort that could come to you. The next card in your reading is the Four of Rods, which is getting married, throwing a wedding, attending a wedding, getting married, attending a party or a celebration. Could be a celebratory conclusion to something going on. It could also be success in springtime. If you've been seeing somebody for a while and it's been serious, you may find yourself getting engaged and starting to plan a wedding. If this isn't you and you have adult children or grandchildren, it could be happening to them. They could get married in some city. It could be like a city wedding. And it could be an expensive wedding. And there could be something to do with luminaries and flowers that are luminous, that have some kind of ethereal glow. Years ago, I don't think I've ever seen them again. I got some impatiens flowers for the garden, and they were called Elfin Moon. And they had the weirdest, coolest, weirdest purple, light purple, very light purplish glow to them. And when my guides say luminaries and luminous glow, I'm seeing those flowers. So maybe there's going to be some type of glowing votives, or the way candles are going to be lit, or candles within flower arrangements that are going to make them kind of luminous or glow. It could be battery operated candles in there to making some kind of glow. There could be certain flowers that have a luminous quality to them. This is all what my guides are showing me. If you attend any gatherings, some of you Scorpios are going to receive valuable information. Valuable information could come here. Learn something. It could be like valuable information where you're learning something that is about like a relative or a friend of yours that you've lost touch with, or you haven't heard about or heard of or seen for a while. So you could be learning something at a gathering. And talking to people, talking to new people also that you haven't met before is indicated. And I really feel like this is, it's at an event, a gathering, a party, a celebration. Some of you Scorpios are going to feel like your life is changing course or direction in August. For some of you, this could be occurring in September or October. So before I go on to card number 3, I just want to say here, if you would like to get the most recently recorded video series I've recorded from my Vimeo on-demand videos, we got 2 eclipses coming up here. The first one is going to be in September, and the second one, I believe it's in October. So I recorded a video series for the first eclipse, and those videos are titled Eclipse Effects for the Full Moon Lunar Eclipse in Pisces, September 17th, 2024, Psychic Tarot, Crystal, and Oracle card readings for each sign of the zodiac. Many people find the eclipse readings are like private readings to them. If you want to see how these eclipses are going to affect you, I highly recommend you check them out and get your rising sign and your sun sign if you can do so, or get whatever sign usually resonates with you here on YouTube. Remember, the eclipse effects can start 1 month prior to the eclipse, and they're the strongest the month of the eclipse and the 3 months that follow. But some eclipses effects go out 6 to 9 months or even up to a year. So you maybe want to check out what this particular eclipse is going to bring to you. Also, my Horseshoe Tarot 7-card spread, Psychic Tarot readings for each sign of the zodiac. These are annual readings. I do them every year, and they are probably the 3rd most popular video series I sell on Vimeo. People really like them. If you want to see what I'm covering, what each of these cards are looking into, you can go to the link below in the description box in the Show More section, or you can go to my website at www.theluckymermaid.com on the videos page, and there you can read the description of what each card is looking into. Maybe it's the areas that are being looked into is what's most popular, makes these videos so popular, but you may want to check them out. And if you don't know, when I say the show more section or the description box, when you see the word more at the end of the title, click on the word more. You're going to see all these video series, all these links, whatever I have written below will become visible to you. So I really hope you'll check these out. So now on to card number 3 for you, Scorpios. You have the Two of Rods. This is partnership in business, partnership in romance. It can also be something that you're creating or doing or putting out there to the world, to the public, for people to see, purchase, buy, look at. Some of you Scorpios are going to feel very connected to somebody this month. And you may really want to see where this connection could take you. Now, for some of you, this is a romantic connection. For some of you, this could be a work or business related connection. Especially if there's something you want to drive forward, to move forward. This connection could help you do that. And I feel like that's what you're looking to see. So if you're trying to drive your love life and romantic life forward, that's what this could be about. If you're trying to drive a business or a business project plan or an idea forward, then that is what this connection could be about. And I feel like, there's competition and you really want something to be successful here. And whatever this connection is could actually lead you to riches or some other type of abundance. If you work for a big company or business, you could be putting together a PowerPoint presentation or some type of presentation that you want for a client, new clients or new customers, or maybe for your boss or the owners of the company. Whatever you do here, I do feel that you're going to get positive feedback. I'm sorry, I have allergies, so they're kicking up right now all of a sudden. We had a lot of rain here. And whenever it rains a lot at night or during the day, that day and the next day, I have bad allergies. So I'm sorry about this sniffing. And there could be something right now, Scorpio, that you are like really fine-tuning or you're getting fine-tuned. It could be like projects or plans or things you're working on. It could also be maybe other things that are in your life. Maybe you need your car to be tuned up. But getting things fine-tuned comes up here in this card. But I do see you developing some kind of connection or bond with someone. I do feel for many of you, the likelihood is very strong here. This is romance. If you're already coupled with someone seriously, you two could be working on something like a business or a company that you're going to work on together as business partners that could generate good money and good income for you. So if you already have somebody in your life you're serious about, you could be combining your skills and talents and making more money with a business. So the next card in your reading is the Strength card, and this is accessing inner courage and inner strength, strength and courage over adversity, spiritual power over the material world, taming the savage beast in someone else or yourself or in a situation. This could also indicate dealing with a Leo. You could have the feeling like somebody is undermining you at work or in your private life. You could feel a little betrayed, a little stabbed in the back. or you could be suspicious that somebody's doing this, and this would take courage and strength on your part to deal with it. You may also have an inkling that somebody's been stealing your intellectual property or taking pieces of your work or ideas and using it as their own, especially if you do things on the internet that, is not necessarily easy for you to find or see. You're willing to let bygones be bygones, surprisingly, but they would have to admit this to you and come clean and apologize, and maybe something else would have to happen for you to get to that juncture. You may feel like, well, I accept that there's a learning curve and that there's people that don't understand protocols or don't know what they're doing. So I feel like you're being kind of generous and magnanimous and giving people the benefit of the doubt, which again, I'm going to say, I'm a little surprised because I wouldn't think that Scorpios would be okay with it, but maybe it's somebody you know, or somebody you care about, or somebody you feel is just really green around the edges, like too new, and they just don't get it. So you may be generous and magnanimous and letting bygones be bygones, but you're definitely expecting them to remove it, take it down, apologize, try to correct the situation. You may be going through times, Scorpio, where you are in August, or maybe even moving forward, where you're really, really, really paying attention to caloric intake. You could be following a diet plan of some sort that involves paying attention to calories. You may be learning to mix new or different ingredients together that could help promote weight loss. You could also be drinking, or I feel it's more drinking than eating, certain things that could help with things that could be medical, like thyroid conditions, blood sugar, anything that would be like in your body's chemistry or physiology, or issues going on in you that you want to improve. You may be drinking or eating certain things to help, like kind of in a natural way. So the last card of your reading is the Judgment card. What do we think about a situation? How do we feel about it? What's the word? What's the proclamation? How are things going to go down, and how does it affect everybody involved? You may feel like people are kind of like scoping you out, putting you like under a microscope, asking you a lot of questions in August. That is where I feel like you're not going to react well and not take kindly to that. I don't feel that you're going to be taking that gracefully. You're going to be agitated about that. Because I feel you're kind of like, I'm going to state what I have to state, and then that's that. Like, there's nothing further for me to say or add. That could be happening if you have to go and deal with any court cases, possibly. It could be happening at work if you get called into HR, or, bosses are doing this. This is where this could crop up for you. Could even happen in a love relationship where, your love partner is questioning something you said or did, or your whereabouts or something, and you may be like, look, I told you where I was, or I told you what I was doing, and that's that, and I don't have any more to add, and I'm not going to be I don't want to be scrutinized and, you know, put under a microscope. You may be, I feel like you'll be agitated about that. I get like prying eyes. I feel like there's people, like you could be doing it. You could be the prying eyes to somebody else. But I feel like there's prying eyes of people trying to see what you're doing, see what you're up to, maybe checking out your computer history. They could be like trying to get into your phone, checking phone history. Anything like that, like prying eyes, like if it's somebody in your household, they could be looking through your drawers, looking through stuff, looking through wallets and pocketbooks and, you know, clothing hanging in your room, like checking pockets or checking boxes where you have certain things stored, like rooting through your stuff. Like prying eyes does come up here. Now, judgment can also be you making an announcement also. If there's any crisis in the workplace, at your job, or in your family, I get you could have people like, or in your neighborhood, it comes up like people wrapped around you for like security, safety. So there could be people that look at you like you would be a staunch protector. Kind of interesting. So something could be going on where people are looking at you to be like the, like the protector. I don't know how else to explain that. So you have to see how that plays out. So the best gemstone crystal I got for Scorpios to work with, use, and wear in the month of August of 2024. You got lapis. The other sign that got lapis so far is Capricorn. So lapis encourages self-awareness. It also encourages you to speak your truth. It reveals inner truth. Lapis stimulates objectivity and clarity, and it also encourages creativity. It inspires confidence and provides qualities of honesty, compassion, and morality. It's going to work with your aura, and it's going to make you look like $1 million. And if you're like, how's that happen? Well, every gemstone has a frequency. There's frequencies and vibrations from the gemstones. So your aura has frequencies and vibrations in your aura. That's how these gemstones work with you, and also maybe even your internal chemistry. But that's how it can make you like, so you could wear the same thing one day and wear something else, wear the same thing the next day, but you have a specific crystal or gemstone on you, and people are going to say, you look fantastic. And yet you wore the same thing a few days ago. You didn't have the lapis on, and nobody's going to think twice. Like you wear it a week later, you got the lapis on, and everybody's like, why you look so good, Scorpio? What's going on with you? It's going to help you feel solid, grounded, balanced, and help you adjust to any kind of changes in conditions around you or circumstances. It's going to help you feel more uplifted, and it would be great for you if you have to go on any job interviews or have any important meetings with clients, customers, or bosses, or anybody like maybe in your family that you have to deal with where you need to feel strong, look like you're empowered. This is a great gemstone for you in those types of circumstances. So I hope this crystal, I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. As always, thank you so very much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And please like this video if you liked it, share it with others if you feel it was worth sharing, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet, and hit that notification bell when you do subscribe. That way you'll get notified when I upload my videos here to YouTube. And if you would like to get any of the special video series I record for my Vimeo on-demand videos, my most recently recorded video series are linked down below. Underneath this video, they're also on my website at theluckymermaid.com on the videos page. My most recently recorded video series is the Psychic Crystal readings for August 2024 for each sign of the zodiac. These readings are a continuation or an expansion of the Psychic Tarot readings I do at the beginning of every month. Also, my eclipse effects from the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces, September 17th, 2024, Psychic Tarot, Crystal, and Oracle card readings for each sign of the zodiac. Remember, eclipses start affecting you 1 month prior to the eclipse. The day of and the month of the eclipse is the strongest, and for the next 3 months. But eclipse effects can go all the way out 6 to 9 months or even up to a year. So you may want to check those out to see what this eclipse in Pisces will be bringing to you. Also, my Horseshoe Tarot 7-card spread, Psychic Tarot readings for each sign of the zodiac. The predictions start in July of 2024 and they go out until the year of the end of July of 2025. So that's a year's worth of predictions there. They are the 3rd most popular video series I record on Vimeo. You may want to check them out, see what each of the 7 cards I'm looking at, and see what cards showed up for you in those positions. You may want to see what is coming up for you in that 1 year time frame. Also, by viewer request, my 2024 financial Psychic Tarot readings. I used a totally new tarot layout, and it was kind of interesting to see what came up. Career did come up in those readings, but it is specifically a financial Psychic Tarot reading, so you may want to see what came out for you there. Also, my What's Lucky and New for You in 2024. I do them every year. If you want to see what came out for you in this year, we still have a whole second half of this year to go. So if you haven't gotten those yet, you may want to see what's lucky and new for you in 2024. Also, my 2024 mid-year love and romance Psychic Tarot update for each sign of the zodiac. Lots of people want to know about love and romance. When I looked into those cards, the first half of each card is focusing on the single people of your sign, and the second half of the card is focusing on the coupled people of your sign. Also, my mid-year Psychic Tarot update for 2024, where I use the center of the Celtic Cross Tarot spread in those readings. So if you want to see what I got for you for the second half of this year in a whole general aspect, which can cover anything, love, money, career, romance, family, anything can come up in those mid-year Psychic Tarot updates. So you may want to check those out. Also, if you want to follow me on my social media pages, I do Psychic Tarot and Oracle card readings there where I put it in writing. So you can read the predictions there and you can go back and look back, see what came up. Did other things I predict come up for you in those social media posts? You may want to check them out. My social media posts are on my The Lucky Mermaid LLC on Facebook and The Lucky Mermaid Pam Georgel _Pam Georgel on Instagram, and also on Twitter, which is at The Lucky Mermaid. That website is now called X, but you know what I mean when I say Twitter, and formerly known as X. Also, I post these on my community pages on YouTube. So if you're not on any of those social media platforms, you can follow me on my community pages. I do post those psychic predictions and messages in writing on there. Also, if you would like to help this channel, help support this channel, you can make a donation. That link is down below in the description box in the Show More section, and it is connected to PayPal. And thank you to those of you who have generously and kindly donated. It does help me a lot, and it means a lot. And when you purchase my Vimeo videos, you are also supporting this channel. I do not sponsor other people's products or services on my channel. I only support my own work. So you're helping me out by purchasing those videos, and thank you so much for that. So I hope you have absolutely awesome energy that comes to you in the month of August, and know that I wish you many blessings and peace.